Hey, what's up, guys? Andrea17 once again with another video. Atlanta United have just fired Gabriel Heinze for the second consecutive time. Atlanta United has fired their head coach, and it seems like the wheels are falling off from what was such a promising structure for a new MLS team. It seems like it's all kind of just unraveling. And, as an Atlanta United fan, I'll even admit to the early success was very surprising to me. But obviously, it was welcomed with open arms, obviously. Just being so dominant so early on really set up a precedent of expectations. But I always knew deep down when and if this team ever goes down, because that's how usually things happen, right? Everything goes up and everything must come down, and etc. I just wonder, how far down we're gonna go, and whether the fan base will stick by the team. Gabriel Heinze, from what I knew before the hiring, was a good hire. He was a good coach. He coached in Argentina, a league much better than the MLS. I've read articles with inside information that talked about how there's a lot of coaches, especially the big teams in Argentina, really respected Heinze because he made such a lower team so competitive, especially against the bigger clubs like Boca, River, Racing, etc. And I thought, oh, perfect. He seems like the perfect coach for Atlanta United. Frank de Boer just didn't seem like the right hiring based on the players that were at his disposal. It just seemed like a cultural clash. A lot of Latin American players, and then Frank de Boer was just a complete, 180 European coach who had an okay stint with Ajax, but wasn't really dominant. But he came from the European side of things, so that ultimately didn't seem like a good fit. Also, his defensive style of play. So he won despite of a lot of obstacles he had to overcome. So you can give him kudos there, but honestly, it just didn't seem like the right fit. I don't think it's his fault entirely. It's just not the right fit. Heinze seemed like the right fit. He seemed like, and I'm not comparing him to Tata at all, because there's not a comparison there. But, he just seemed like a good coach, to be honest. And, for him to be fired so early on in the season, you got to then start pointing out, what are the constants here? Because it's not, you can't just keep blaming the coach. You can't keep just blaming. I don't know if the players get the blame, but you can't keep blaming them. We've brought in so many new players. Now you got to start looking up higher, right? And I've read articles that talked about how Carlos Bocanegra has a kind of like a big ego. He really wants to dominate everything that goes on with the team. He wants to be involved in everything. And that's what originally led to Tata's departure, because he said, well, I'm the coach, and he is always in everything that I do and almost, telling me what to do with my team. And what am I here for then if it's not to be the coach? And especially such a big coach like Tata, like coming from Barcelona. I mean, again, I've read, the whole ordeal of, well, the MLS is a different league and you got to know the ins and outs of things. I understand that, but communication is key in everything, right? If you want to get your point across from that perspective, then communicate it in a way where it's not disrespectful for the other coach. Where it just doesn't look like you're, using your power and willing your way to doing things, because it's going to disrespect somebody, especially someone with high credentials like that. So it's important to communicate them. But it is what it is. I think you got to start looking at Boca Negra. I think you got to start looking at Eels. You got to look at them. You got to say, okay, besides Tata, besides Joseph, besides Almiron, you pretty much have missed on every other player and every other coach. You missed on Frank de Boer. You missed on Heinz now. You've missed on Pity Martinez, which was like our record signing last year or 2 years ago, and he didn't do that great to replace Almiron. You have just players that have come in this season again, and they are promising. They're young, but they haven't been able to put it all together. So apart from the first and second year, they have missed on everything pretty much. I do think this set of players they brought in are promising, so I don't know if you can count them as a miss yet. I think it's in the right direction, but you gotta start looking at yourself. You gotta start looking at the front office and saying maybe it's time to go in a different direction. Joseph Martinez, as much as he is so great for Atlanta United, if there's like a catering to him, if there's a sense of, well, I am Joseph Martinez, and if I don't like you, then you're out of here type of mood, then he needs to go. That's toxic. He needs to go because every other player knows who he is and they're going to follow after him because he's just that big of a name. But if he's using his star power in that way, then he's got to go. Just is what it is. As great of a player as he is for Atlanta, sometimes things have to end. So that's what I would say there. I think that whoever the new coach is going to come in, again, I don't even know if it's so much about the coach as it is so much of, well, the front office has to start doing things differently. And they really either they got to fix their communication, they got to fix the culture they're setting down under between the locker room, the players and the coaches and the staff, or they got to go because they're ruining this team. This team is being ruined by them. Doesn't matter how many fans you have to support you. Doesn't matter that they're always there day in, day out, game in, game out, supporting you. Eventually they'll get tired and they'll stop showing up. And if that's what it takes for you to step down, then you're really doing yourself a disservice. Not only to yourself as a front office employee or with staff or whatever, manager, a general manager, but also doing a disservice to the team that you originally built, the vision you originally had, So do the right thing and look yourself in the mirror and do the right thing. So that's what I would say. That's what I think. What do you guys think? I know Atlanta is a big, passionate city for Atlanta United, so I'm sure there's a lot of opinions out there. So, make your voice heard and like, share, subscribe to this video if you like the content. And I hope you guys do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace out.